Hello, my friends. I am super excited to bring you this full moon yin yoga practice. It's the first time I've ever created a class for my YouTube channel around the full moon ceremony. So I'm excited to offer that to you. And I'm going to be bringing in my sacral sound bowl. For me, the sacral chakra is, for me, I feel associated with the moon because of the water element. And, the moon is, Luna is also water. And so I just always like to bring in that sound bowl when I am doing a focused full moon yoga practice. Um, and I also wanted to offer you, if you would like to bring in some sage, I'm going to be burning some sage the beginning of our practice. So if you have sage or incense or Palo Santo or something that you would like to bring in as, the full moon, the focus is the time to release and let go or get rid of any stagnant energy or just anything that is no longer serving you. So as we come into this cycle of this fullness of the moon, it's just a really good time to allow yourself to release that. And bringing in Palo Santo or sage is a great property to cleanse, just to cleanse your space, to cleanse you, and yeah, just to have that. I love just having the aroma and the fragrance of sage in my space. So if you would like to grab that, also I will be bringing in some blocks. So if you want to bring in your blocks or any other props that you would like to, by all means, go grab whatever you want to bring in, as we will be creating this special little full moon ceremony. All right, I will meet you back on your mat. All right, my friend, if you are able to or choose to burn any sage or Palo Santo, go ahead and light that now. I always like to have a candle going instead of one of the lighters. It just lights so much easier and faster. And then I'm just going to set my candle off to the side and actually cover it to put the flame out, because I have a kitten and she may come and practice with us, and I don't want her walking around by my candle, obviously. And then I'm going to be bringing in some affirmations and just a little reading for this full moon release. So as your sage or Palo Santo is burning, you can just sit comfortably in a easy seated pose, closing your eyes and just wafting your Palo Santo or your sage around you. Closing your eyes. I release fear. I release pain. I release doubt. I release anxiety. Take a big inhale in. Open mouth, exhale. I am free. I am empowered. I am enlightened by the moon's energy. I am magnificent, just like the moon. Take a big breath in. Open mouth, exhale. I trust my soul's plan. I trust my soul's plan. Taking another big breath in. Open mouth, exhale. Beautiful. Opening your eyes, you can just set your sage or Palo Santo off to the side. I like to put mine in a little jar upside down, so it kind of just goes out on its own. And our first pose will be supported fish pose. So with your blocks, or if you want to use a bolster, you can do that as well. Having your first block, which will be for your head. I always like to start at the highest level, kind of give my neck an opportunity to open up a little bit. And then your second block at the medium level. And as you lower yourself down, having the first block when you come down right in between the shoulder blades, and then finding that other block so that your head is supported. Good. And then either extending the legs all the way out, or if you want to bring them into butterfly pose, yogi's choice here. If you have the legs extended all the way out, sometimes it feels even better to widen the legs, let the feet just fall out to the side, kind of give the hips a little rest, a little opening here. And then before you completely settle, just wrap the arms around your chest. I want you to focus on kind of walking towards your shoulder blades and just spreading those shoulder blades away from one another. And then holding that openness in between the shoulder blades, and then just letting the arms fall back down. Palms facing up. Let the shoulders melt back. Closing your eyes. Take a big breath in. Filling up your belly. Open mouth exhale. 2 more breaths, just like that, cleansing breath. Really focusing on giving the body permission to soften and release on each exhale. Relaxing your jaw, the facial muscles. And now imagining that the beautiful full moon is illuminating right over you. And you are receiving her beautiful, graceful, loving energy. And in that same process of receiving, you're giving your body permission to let go, release anything that no longer serves you. So I release fear, I release doubt, I release anxiety, or anything else that may be resonating for you here. Noticing your breath. Can you slow it down? Can you deepen it? Can you lengthen it a little more? Noticing where the body may be holding or gripping or resisting. And just bringing in the affirmation, I release, I release. And now taking an intentional full breath. As you inhale, send the breath down to the low belly. Hold. Continue to breathe up into the diaphragm. And then breathing all the way up into your heart space and the lungs. And as you take an open mouth exhale, letting all of that go. Let's do that once again. Full breath in all the way to the low belly. Hold. Sip in a little bit more, filling up the diaphragm. Hold. Sipping in a little bit more, filling up the lungs, the heart. Hold. Big open mouth exhale with a sigh. Good. And now reaching the arms back behind you. Take a nice length and a stretch if that feels okay in your shoulders. You can kind of point through your toes. Take a big, nice, long stretch here. A big inhale. And then as you exhale, just bring the arms back down. Bring your legs in close together if they were further away from one another, or if you were in butterfly pose, extend your legs all the way out. And then we're going to slowly make our way up. So just kind of pressing into your forearms, lift the head up first, coming up really slow. Good. And then right from here, we're going to come into a butterfly pose. So soles of the feet together. I'm going to turn to face you. And you can bring in your blocks if you'd like here for your fold. Since we are making this like a very gentle, think of the moon soft and gentle. So bringing that into our practice for ourselves as well. So always maybe bringing in some support and just lowering your head down. And softening in the shoulders, softening in the elbows, the arms. And you can always use 2 blocks or a bolster, whatever you want to bring in here for your pose. And once you settle here, taking an intentional breath, breathing into the low back, hold, breathing into the mid back, the thoracic spine, hold, breathing up into the shoulders, the traps, the neck, filling the whole back up, hold, taking an open mouth exhale. And if it feels good to do that a few more times, allow yourself to do so. Relaxing the jaw, facial muscles,
And maybe you flip your hands so the palms are facing up just to soften even more in the arms. And just allowing the body to release, letting the mind release of all thoughts that don't serve your highest good. And you can also imagine here that the moon is casting her beautiful light and energy over your back and thinking of the back of your chakra, so the back of your heart, back of your sacral, of course, bringing in the others, root, solar, throat, all that go down the spine. And imagining her energy reigniting each chakra. Let's take one more breath here. Big breath in, filling up your back, filling up the spine. Open up, exhale. Beautiful. If your hands were with the palms facing up, turn the hands back down. Press the palms either into the floor or into your legs. And pressing yourself up ever so slowly. Mhm. Pausing here at the top. Let the shoulders soften. Take a big breath in. Big breath out. Beautiful. Opening the eyes. From here, let's make our way into Dragonfly, or also known as wide-legged forward fold. So widening your legs. And just meeting the body where it's at today. My hamstrings are very tight today. So I'm definitely feeling this. Just giving my body some grace, which is why I'll be bringing in an additional block.
So just ground yourself through your sit bones. Give a little energy into the legs just for now. Feel yourself as you're kind of really trying to lengthen and lift up out of the low back. Take an inhale, grounding through the legs, through your root chakra, through the sit bones. And then exhale, bringing yourself into your forward fold with a nice rounded back. As you come into the fold, then begin to let the legs soften. And if you're using your blocks, of course, you can always just play around with the height of what best supports you. Same thing with the arms, softening in the shoulders, the elbows. And if you're able to have the forearms resting on the floor or on your bolster, just have the palms facing up. Relaxing your jaw. Taking a cleansing breath. Release all fear. I release all doubt. I release all anxiety. I release anything that's been stagnant in my body, in my mind, in my thoughts, in my heart. And I receive the healing and vibrant energy, the graceful, vibrant energy of this full moon. It is in the practice of releasing that I free myself of these things. It is in the practice of releasing that I free myself of these things. Let's take 3 more breaths here.
Last breath. Big breath in. Big breath out. Flipping the hands over so palms are facing down. Press into your hands to support, bringing the upper body all the way up. Pausing here at the top. Soften the shoulders. Really tune into the sensations that you are feeling here. The release of anything that's been stagnant or held through the spine, through the back. And if you were using a block, you may even feel some energy, some sensations in your third eye, brow area. And just bringing that in as a source of release. So feel into that release. Take a big breath in, a big breath out. Opening the eyes, very nice. Let's set our props off to the side. And making your way into a crisscross applesauce. You can just support the legs here, bringing the hands underneath the knees. And we'll have the left foot basically over the right. So crisscross applesauce here, right ankle on the bottom. And we're going to do some Sufi rolls. So Sufi rolls are a great way to move the energy of your sacral chakra. And again, since we're focusing on the sacral chakra with the water element and the element of the moon as well. So just placing your hands on your knees. Take an inhale, rock yourself forward. Really feel like you're being led from the heart, and your tailbone kind of goes out as you bring yourself forward. And then as you make your way over to the right side, oh my gosh, I already have some popping going on. That's pretty amazing. You're going to start exhaling and then drawing the belly button in towards the spine and curving through the back. So as though somebody just punched you here in the belly, bringing the chin into the chest. Big exhale. And then start inhaling as you bring yourself forward. So we're just making this nice big fluid movement here, this flow. And the pace is totally up to you. I find like the slower I flow, the more I can feel into it and really kind of open up this whole area, the hips, the low back, sacrum, the spine. An invitation to close the eyes and just feeling into your body. Taking one more full flow through this direction. And then the next time you come forward, just go the opposite direction. Still keeping this breath with the movement. Taking two more full circles. And now just starting to slow your circle down and make it smaller. So you're still moving your torso. You're just making your way back to center, but taking your time. Still creating this fluid-like movement. slowing down, making it smaller. Basically, now your upper body is erect and you are just rotating through the rib cage, making it even smaller. Now it's kind of just like your belly is moving. And then coming all the way to stillness. Lengthening up nice and tall. Soften the shoulders, soften the arms. Take a big breath in. Open mouth, exhale. Once again, big breath in. Open mouth, exhale. And opening the eyes, very nice. And coming onto your hands and knees into tabletop. And we're going to take a little different variation of cat and cow. So tucking the toes under and always having the shoulders aligned over the wrist. The fingers are spread nice and wide, so we're rooting down through our hands, through the arms. Good, and now you're going to inhale, come into your cat. So arching the spine, big inhale here. Hold your cat. You're going to exhale, send those hips all the way back towards the heels. Feel that good deep stretch in the back. And now still having the back, the spine arched, you're going to inhale, come back into your cat. Toes are still tucked under, and then you're going to exhale, come into your cow. Heart reaches forward, looking forward, tailbone up towards the sky. Inhale back into your cow. Your cat. Hold that cat. Exhale, send the hips back towards the heels. Inhale into cat. Exhale into your cow. Good. We're going to take a few more flows. Inhale into cat. Exhale, send the hips back. Each time you come back into this pose, really try to send those hips even further towards the heels. Inhale, cat. Exhale, cow. Cat. Hold your cat, send the hips back. Exhale. Inhale, cat. Exhale, cow. Beautiful. Hold here, come into neutral spine, untuck the toes, and just tap the tops of your feet. And then we'll come into child's pose. So widening the knees, big toes touch. Send those hips back towards the heels, just like we did before. Trying to keep those hips glued to the heels. And you're just going to walk the arms out, lengthening out of the low back. Letting the heart melt to your mat, bringing the forehead to your mat, or if you're super flexible here, you can always just bring one cheek to the mat. I like to do this so the shoulders can rest a little more. Softening in your arms. And taking a big breath in, fill up the belly, fill up your back. Open mouth, exhale. Softening even more. It's, of course, one of the best poses to practice releasing. So just giving yourself permission to say, I release, and whatever comes up for you. And if you had your head turned to one cheek, then just very gently turning to the other cheek to even out the neck. Taking 3 more breaths here. Gliding the arms down, hands closer to you, pressing the palms into your mat, making your way back up and either coming to sit on the heels or you can come into an easy seated pose. And just taking a little rest here. Eyes closed if that is comfortable for you. Taking a big breath in, a big breath out. Once again, big breath in, big breath out. And now reaching the arms out in front of you as though you are hugging the moon. And just giving her this great big hug, telling her thank you for her light, for her energy, for her grace, for her healing, for her guidance on giving us this opportunity to release that which no longer serves us and to allow us to be in this space of receiving her energy, to be recharged, to be renewed. And just thanking her in any other way that comes to mind for you or from your heart. Taking a big breath in, and a big breath out. Releasing the arms, bringing the palms of the hands together to prayer, Anjali Mudra at the heart.
Bringing that love and energy right into your heart. Taking a big breath in and a big breath out. And then release the hands to your thighs. Open your eyes and either shifting over to one hip, or if you were already in an easy seated pose, then we'll all just extend the legs all the way out. Give them a little wiggle, a little shake. Good. And we'll make our way down onto our backs. So just coming down nice and easy. And once you get here, bring the knees into your chest. Taking a few rocks side to side, just massaging the low back, the back of the sacral, the sacrum. And then let's send the feet, the legs all the way up towards Luna, holding on to the backs of the thighs. And just make a little adjustment in your head by tucking the chin in to elongate the cervical spine. And then closing the eyes. If you need to have a bend in the knees, that's perfectly fine. I just want you to point and flex your feet, toes. And then take some big circles with the feet, the ankles, rotating the ankles. Good. Bend the knees back into your chest. Give yourself a big hug here. Take a big breath in. A big breath out. And releasing your feet down to your mat. Coming into Supta Baddha Konasana, soles of the feet together. Bringing one hand to your sacral chakra, so just below the belly button. One hand to the heart. Let the arms soften. If you want, you can place a block underneath the head or any other support that you may need here, or blocks underneath the thighs. And walk or wiggle those shoulder blades away from one another, just like we did in the beginning of class, creating lots of space between the shoulders, and let the shoulders just melt back. Relaxing your jaw, closing the eyes, taking a big breath in and a big breath out. Softening with each exhale. Now, with your hand on your heart, listening to your heart and asking her or him what it is that you may release here. And giving yourself permission to do so. And remember that many times we have to release something over and over and over again. That's why I always just like to emphasize that it's a practice. It's a practice of releasing. It's a practice of forgiving. It's a
practice of letting go until it's finally gone. But each time that we release a little bit more, we free ourselves a little bit more. Taking another breath here into your heart space. Big breath in. Hold your breath. Breathe in a little bit more. Now, as you take an open mouth exhale, freeing yourself from here, I want you just to remove your hand and let your arm fall out to the side. Let the shoulders soften again. Let the chest soften. Bringing your attention to your sacral chakra. For women, this is our womb space. For all of us, it is our source of creativity, our sensuality, our sexuality, our passion. So asking this beautiful space, your sacral chakra, if there is anything that needs to be released. Giving yourself permission to let that go. And taking a deep, deep, deep breath in, sending the breath all the way to your sacral chakra. Hold. Sip in a little bit more. Taking that open mouth exhale, freeing yourself, releasing your hand. Taking a full body cleansing breath. Big breath in. Big breath out. From here, just slowly extend one leg out and then the other, making your way into your Savasana. Always an invitation if you want to bring in some props. I'm going to come up into a seated pose, but you just stay here in your Shavasana. Once you get yourself settled, taking 3 rounds of cleansing breath. I release fear. I release pain. I release doubt. I release anxiety. I am free. I am empowered. I am enlightened by the moon's energy. I am magnificent, just like the moon. I trust my soul's plan. Taking a nourishing, full breath in. And a cleansing, full breath out. Gently rocking your head side to side. Bringing some movement back into your fingers, your toes, your wrists, your ankles. And then reaching the arms up back behind you. Taking a nice lengthening stretch. Point through the toes, reach through the fingers. Big inhale. And then as you exhale, bringing the knees into your chest, wrapping your arms around your legs, giving yourself a hug, rocking side to side. And then rolling over to one side in fetal pose, resting there. And then ever so slowly pressing yourself up and making your way into an easy seated pose. Bringing the hands to the heart, stacking one over the other. Taking a big full breath into your heart space. And a big full breath out. Once again, big breath in, big breath out. Taking a few more moments here to just stay tuned in to your energy. Is there any residual, anything that you could practice releasing once again? Giving yourself that opportunity. Freeing yourself. Take a big breath in and a big breath out. Let's bring the palms and the hands together, Anjali Mudra at the heart, and bowing our heads. Closing with these affirmations. I am free. I am empowered. I am enlightened by the beautiful moon's energy. And I am magnificent, just like the moon in any phase or stage that I'm in. Take a big breath in and a big breath out. May you have peace in your heart, peace in your mind, peace in your body, and peace in your life. Thank you so much for practicing with me and choosing to do this for you. Namaste. Namaste, my friend. Thank you so much for practicing with me. I hope this felt delicious in every way for you. And continuing to carry this full moon ceremony, ritual. Maybe you cleanse the space in your home, or a certain space in your home. Maybe you take a bath. Maybe you put your crystals outside to be charged. Maybe you allow yourself, or you're able to go outside this evening to bask at the full moon. Just whatever you feel called to. Just allow yourself to continue to be in this beautiful, loving energy of honoring the full moon, honoring yourself, and continuing to release and cleanse. All right. If you enjoyed this practice, give it a thumbs up, please. I'd really appreciate that. If you'd like to leave me a comment, I'd love to hear from you. And if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, please do so. Namaste. Peace and love.